Importance of a proper thought. A proper thought means a thought whose nature is harmonious and useful to the thinker and the surroundings. Every thought, as has every spoken word, some influence on the thinker and on his surroundings. Just as a stone thrown into a pond produces waves that reach all the extremities of the pond, any thought, word, or action produces waves in the atmosphere, and these waves travel in all directions and strike against everything in the atmosphere. They produce some influence in every level of creation. The whole universe is influenced by every thought, word, and action of every individual. Think about that when you drop a stone into the water and you see the ripples. If every thought was a stone, what are the effects of the thoughts that you're having on the world? Because every thought you think somehow manifests. It might not ripple very far, but the more that you drop that thought into the pond and the bigger that thought gets, the more it ripples, which means that if you have an idea and you don't take any action on the idea, it's not going to go very far. But the more that you think about a thought, the more that your mind is taking action on thinking about it, which means the ripples grow and grow. And then once you eventually do take action on it, those ripples actually start to manifest, which is how things actually get done, because your thought is so powerful that it creates an action which creates a ripple of effect. And you know how a wave forms, eventually it can become very big and it can have a phenomenal influence. I mean, a wave is a very powerful thing. And so the thoughts that you have, the more that you think those thoughts repeatedly and the more that you take action on those thoughts can become very powerful, just as powerful as ocean waves. You can create things with them. You can power a hydroelectric plant with a wave. You could create an enormous amount of energy with your thoughts and with your actions. You could also create a thought which is a wave that has the ability to destroy as well, because some waves, if they get big enough, they can cause damage to property. And so your thoughts are very important. Just because you have a thought that you think maybe this is a good thing, it might be better to not take action on it immediately until you think about whether this thought is helpful to others, or does this thought actually serve you, because you don't know which way that wave is going to wake, is going to create something in the world. When such is the wide range of the influence of a thought, one has to be very particular about the quality of thought one creates in his mind. There may be a thought whose influence is detrimental to the thinker and to the rest of the universe. Likewise, there may be a thought whose influence is favorable and useful to the thinker and to the world at large, because each personality has its own quality